Hello and welcome to the new video. Today we're going to take a look at the new Community Day Pokemon Leavanny with the fast move of Shadow Claw. Shadow Claw is a huge upgrade on this Pokemon, especially with the charge moveset that this Pokemon has, as you're going to be able to generate energy faster. You have a great just neutral coverage with it, but also you have the best charge move in the game most likely currently, which is Leaf Blade, which is 35 energy for 70 damage, which, if you don't know, is insane. And then you're going to have Exeter, which is going to be another step move for you, which is also going to be lovely against all the Dark-type Pokemon that are currently around, which are really good this season. And yeah, you see it already in the title, if you can read at least. We're going to go 10-2 with this team. And honestly, this was awesome. Leavanny was my favorite Pokemon from this team by far. Please play the Community Day, which I'm actually not playing myself right now. Yeah, please play the Community Day. It is worth it. It is so worth it. This Pokemon is so much fun, and I'm going to try to take a look at this Pokemon later on as well in the Open Ultra League, so stay tuned for that one. I hope that I'm going to be able to do that. I am most likely going to go out as well, try to play the Community Day a bit more after this video is done, after this video is out. So, by the way, if you appreciate the early effort here to showcase this Pokemon as soon as I can, basically, would really appreciate if you would leave a like on this video, would really help me out, and also subscribe if you haven't already. But as you can see here, first battle already, Leavanny shreds through the meta. So, next opponent, well, we're going to have a Feraligatr. Feraligatr is going to be totally fine for me, because Feraligatr is not going to be the Pokemon that really enjoys the matchup of Leavanny. Leavanny has one nice benefit as well, and this is going to be the Leaf Blade pacing there. The first Leaf Blade going to take you 5 fast moves, but the second Leaf Blade is only going to be 4 fast moves, which makes it quite awkward for a lot of people to keep track of the energy that we have, and that was a lot of times quite awesome for us. And again, like this Pokemon, if you can get this Pokemon, build this Pokemon, I feel like it is worth it. Yes, it might not be like the Clodsire, which has like insane amounts of bulk and be like, yeah, I can sit all day there, take any hit, and that's basically it. But it's a fast-paced, fun Pokemon to run. And I feel like that is so much more important than anything that a Clodsire can do. And it is also a very good Pokemon in the current meta. This can change, of course, in the future, but also I can see this Pokemon having a lot of play in future metas as well. So yeah, for sure, again, try to build one. Try to build one for the Great League. Try to build one for the Ultra League. I am going to take a look at the Ultra League later as well, most likely. And so yeah, definitely stay tuned for that video. Subscribe if you have not already. And we're going to see here now the matchup of our Dunsparce against the Aurora. So let's talk a little bit about the team. Also, you're going to see already we have 18 minutes of gameplay, because I just needed to get as much gameplay into this video as possible with this Pokemon, because it was so much fun. Like, this Pokemon was ridiculous. The pacing is just so lovely for this thing. And I love when Pokemon that are squishy finally get the treatment that they deserve to be like decent in your battle league, because I'm sick of all of those insanely bulky Pokemon. As you can see here, we're going to be able to win that battle as well. So, there were some earlier battles where I kind of regret on how I played a few of the matchups. Here, for example, Show went for 1 extra fast move. I would have been easily able to just get that one off. It gave the opponent a free fast move. Not ideal. But as you can see already, Leaf Blade damage is insane from this Pokemon, as you have not the craziest amount of bulk. Don't get me wrong, you don't have no bulk as well with that one. I think it's you're kind of stuck at 1,700, somewhere around there. You are going to be a bit squishier than something like a Feraligatr, which is like a common pick in the current meta. But like, it's not that you're not going to be able to take a single hit from anything or whatever. Like, you're going to be able to even most likely survive 1 Rock Slide barely from that Dunsparce here, which is a super effective hit. But yeah, we're also going to have here as our say swap the yeah, what's called the Licky. I wish I would have had Shadow Ball for this particular matchup there, but we have the other move on it, which is going to be Solar Beam. Why Solar Beam? We have a Grass type in the lead, we have a Say Stop, and if you know my videos, I think I told you that at least like 20 times at this point already, I always enjoy having the coverage of my lead, which is mainly Grass type coverage, which is like the ideal thing for this Pokemon, on the Say Stop that I have as well. Here, we have a Grass type in the lead, we're going to have Solar Beam on our Say Stop, so what usually going to happen is you're going to bait out any kind of Water type Pokemon with that Say Stop there. And Solar Beam is going to chunk. Here's the thing. There were a lot of occasions where I really would have liked to see a Shadow variant of the Licky, because a lot of times Solar Beam just barely was missing out on knockout, and I feel like this would have been kind of cool if we would have been able to completely knock them out with just 1 Solar Beam. But anyway, we're going to have here the matchup against the Dugong, and look at this, by the way. It's still going to be a very close matchup. We have to still get to another Leaf Blade here in order to win, but as we resist the fast move of that Golurk, we're going to be able to just barely get to this move. We are having resisted damage here, but Leavanny doesn't care, and we win with 1 HP in a dream. Okay, Dunsparce in the lead. What are we gonna do here? We're gonna swap out into LilyKatchum. And here's one interesting thing. You can go straight for the body slam. And basically, the fast move that you can lose from swapping out is kind of negated with this. But not only this, also the switch clock is going to go up a bit more into your favor. So when the opponent wants to swap out eventually, you're gonna be able to swap out faster than the opponent then again as well. Because you got this one charge move off. Here, we're gonna go for the big hit. Solar Beam is coming through and boom, gonna nearly knock them out here as well, which is mad. I wonder if this Pokemon learns Hyper Beam. Does it learn Hyper Beam? Would be maybe interesting as well. But Solar Beam again gives you great coverage. I could use a shield here to realign, but I actually decided to let the move go through and rather decide to give the shields to my Leavanny. And in the back, it's going to be a Toxapex. I farm up to a Leaf Blade just in case I could need this for later on. As you're going to see, they're going to have a Feraligatr in the back. We're going to get outsped by the opponent, just barely. Like, you need an average of... Wait, yeah, you need an average of 10.5 turns to get to a charge move with my Dunsparce, and they need exactly 10 turns. But because we got one turn basically in the beginning extra, I think we're going to be fine here to kind of outspeed them. But not only this, we are going to be able to go for that big drill run now. And also, we can now swap out. We still have that Leaf Blade stored. And so we're going to be able to get the knockout against the Feraligatr. We win CMP tie easily as well if they would have wanted to go for a charge move here. Didn't matter. And we're going to see the Toxapex coming back in, having to take a big Leaf Blade. And if we're going to be on the right turn, we might be even able to get to another one here as well in time. And yes, we had some energy stored, so we only need 4 fast moves here, I think, to get to the next charge move. And this is going to be crucial, as now the opponent is going to be in range for just one drill run. And so there's nothing the opponent can do here in order to knock us out. We're going to be able to let the move go through. It's going to be Brian here as well for no reason, and this is going to be a good game. Drill run is coming through, and we're going to be able to knock them out and move on to the next opponent. Melamum. Here I made a huge mistake. What you should do, and please just do it all the time, go for Exeter. I am too greedy. Like, Exeter takes 5 more energy. I thought, oh, there's no way that they're not going to shield. They're not shielding here. And this is going to be quite an awkward matchup here for me as well. Yes, I'm going to be able to get to this move here as well and get the shield. That's all great. Foul Play would mostly knock us out from this range because of the fast move damage they did before. They're going to go for the superpower though, which doesn't make sense because it's resisted. But I guess they don't understand the bug typing or whatever. But honestly, if I just went for that one Exeter, I would have been in an amazing spot. Like, literally in a spot where I most likely would have had no chance of still losing the battle. I don't know if I'm going to lose the battle here, but I would have been in such a great spot just generally there. You know what's kind of funny though? Currently, there is quite a decent core of Diggersby plus Toxapex, which means we're going to have another target for our Solar Beam. And again, this team is so much fun to play. It is such a great team. It got me up to over 2,700 MMR right now. So for sure, a team you can use for climbing right now. And you can use the new Community Day Leavanny, which is also very cheap to build. By the way, you need 10k for the secondary charge move. And yeah, this team is just so much fun. I think you're going to be able to build this one quite easily. You have a fighting answer in the lead. We're going to have a Say-Sop. Same coverage as our lead, and it's just a fun team to run. We're going to have a Toxapex here in the back, of course. I still have a shield, but also you have to remember we have 2 Leaf Blades stored, so even if this matchup is not going to be enough for us to really win the battle because I still have a shield left, we're going to still have 2 Leaf Blades, which is going to be enough, and we can still take one more Poison Jab from them in order to get both of them off, and so they decide to forfeit anyway. Here we can claim the 4 and a 1 for this set, and we can move on to the next set. Let's see how this is gonna go. Great lead for us. We're gonna see the Azumarill and they swap onto the Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn is not an answer for us. Literally, it's most likely worse than the Azumarill because we're going to be able to double resist, I think, the fast move, the one charge move, and single resist also Thunder if they're running Thunder on this, which is the most common one. And so, like, what are they gonna do here? They don't know either, and they decide to forfeit. This is a bit of an issue. A Lone Sandslash can be a bit of a trickier one. We're gonna swap out into the LilyKatchum, which can run Earthquake, can run Shadow Ball, which would be nice coverage moves against this Pokemon. No, we're running the Solar Beam, which does not really make sense against this one. But it does make sense against the Azumarill, and so we are going to be able to go for the big boom here. This is going to be able to, not one-shot, that's kind of what I mean as well. If we had the Shadow variant of the LilyKatchum, which doesn't exist right now currently, we would have been able to just one-shot the opponent with that move, and I would love to see this in the future. Hopefully we're going to get the Shadow LilyKatchum. I think it would be a funny one to go for, but here sadly they're going to be able to still align themselves. Oh no, what are we going to do next? We're going to have to swap out straight away basically with our Pokemon, and let's see what they're going to have in the back. It's going to be the opponent's Feraligatr. And this game, is not over yet, but it is a tough one to still come back from. The Shadow for Realigator is actually a bit better for us, I think, to deal with, because we are going to be able to actually knock them out with just one charge move and I think the fast moves in the 2-shield scenario. Here in this case, that is not going to be the case here at all. And as you can see, the opponent gets go straight basically for the next Hydro Cannon, which is going to be a bit of an issue as well, as now you're going to be forced to go for a drill run. Hope that they're going to use a shield here. Luckily they do. And now we're going to be able to at least swap out into the Leavanny, catch the move. And you might think, oh, now you have your Grass type aligned against the Ice type. That is totally correct. But Leavanny has neutral coverage with a fast move, it has quite a decent attack stat, and so I am not even too worried about it now, because I can go for the Leaf Blade, and I am going to be able to now get the knockout, maybe? No, I don't. I gotta get them low though, and they only decide to go for a charge move, so what I can do is I can go for the full roll out down. The opponent's Realigator is at exactly 0 energy, which means if I keep my energy here in place, the opponent has no way of getting stuff done. They should have actually, by the way, not got the drill run off, because I lagged a bit in the beginning and swapping in. They were able to get this off. Usually I would have been even here with more HP, but it doesn't matter as the opponent decides to forfeit anyway. So, next opponent, Dunsparce. Again, same play here. You want to go straight away for your charge move of a Body Slam. This negates basically the one turn that you are losing by swapping out, and that is quite important, so definitely go for that. And as you can see here as well, the opponent is going to swap out into the Marowak. And now we're going to let the move go through. It is going to be fine. We are all going to survive. It is going to be the opponent's Bone Club, I think that's called in English. And we're going to be able to go for the Solar Beam. Goodbye there. Bye-bye Marowak. And now we can align ourselves. And that is going to be super, super nice for us. Because now all of a sudden, the opponent is going to have the Dunsparce against our Dunsparce and not against our lead anymore. And we have to see what they have in the back here. But it's still looking kind of decent for us. We're going to be able to go for the Drill Run. And yeah, let's see how this is going to be going. We're going to have the charge move coming through. And they are going to be able to catch the move onto the Skarmory. And this is actually the one battle as well here that I think was actually part of the set before. Like the sets are randomized in terms of the order of where they're occurring. So like the last set that I saw wasn't actually this one. Like from this one. But I think it's going to be the one game we have no chance of winning this battle now. Or do I? X is up. Double resisted. The Leaf Blade is also double resisted. I should have went for Leaf Blade. I don't know why I did this here, by the way. It is silly. It doesn't make sense. And it most likely cost me the game here, actually. And I only realized afterwards. I thought the entire time it's triple resisted. I think Grass type moves cannot be triple resisted. There is no immunity to Grass type moves. And so that was really silly by me. And I think I would have been able to reach another Leaf Blade in time against this Pokemon here, to the point where I could have just went for a charge move here and then went for the Leaf Blade afterwards and won the battle. And so, like, even the loss that I have here now is something that would have been avoidable if I just played it better and if I was a bit smarter against a very weird team as well. And that is kind of ridiculous. Again, showcasing on how strong this team actually is. Oh no, horrible lead. Oh no, we swap out into the Licky again. And again, we're running Solar Beam. And we're running Solar Beam for a good reason. Because most of the Alone Sandslash are paired together with not a Dunsparce, to be fair. Dunsparce doesn't really make too much sense, as you're gonna have a double weakness to fighting type Pokemon. So if you encounter Pangoro or the Machamp in the lead, you can basically say goodbye to the game, because there's no way you can really come back from that. But anyway, we're gonna have the Drill Run coming through now. We're gonna be able to go ahead and go for that big Body Slam. And as we will see as well, the opponent is not going to enjoy this one at all. And we're gonna be able to go back into our Dunsparce. Dunsparce is gonna be able to take that Drill Run. And we will see in the back now a Moltres. And you might think, oh, that's going to be basically impossible to win. And you're most likely correct with that. But do we care? We do not. We're gonna be able to swap out into the Leavanny. Leavanny takes double super effective damage from flying type moves and single super effective damage from the rock type move here. The opponent goes for the big rock type move of Ancient Power, but we can still at least reach another charge move, which the opponent very likely decides to use a shield against. Now we're gonna have to try to fully farm them down with Dunsparce. But there's one big issue. It is going to be the boost that literally just came in, but it actually still works out fine for us. We still were able to fully farm them down. We have some HP still left, we have quite some energy left, and that Sandslash takes quite a lot of damage from that one. And you can go ahead and go for even a charge move against the opponent's Dunsparce. We're going to be able to get the knockout here. We both have a shield, and now it depends on who can farm each other down first, and I am going to be able to win this matchup and move on to the next opponent. Second to last battle, if you're still here, shouts to you, thanks so much for watching this video already, and we still have 2 more battles to go, so thanks so much. Honestly, this team was so much fun, I love that I can showcase stuff like this to you guys, share this with the community. Honestly, Leavanny Community Day, for sure something that you should try to go out for, and yeah, try at least to get a good one. Like, if you have already a good one there as well, you can also stay inside. Like, I am currently inside. I haven't been outside for the community day yet. I'm gonna go outside after the video is done. Almost, they only have 1 hour to play then, which is fine. But yeah, again, you kind of want to run this team as well because, as you can see as well, Solar Beam is a lot of fun. Like, Solar Beam is so much fun against all those Zermals that think they are safe. We're gonna be able to go for another body slam here. It is going to be able to get them quite low, and we're gonna still try to go for the next charge move as well, and this is going to allow us to realign ourselves. If they use a shield, they would go down as well, and so it is going to be here in the back the Oranguru, and this is going to be an interesting Pokemon. Don't get me wrong, it is a cool Pokemon to run. But also, we're gonna be able to go for 1 body slam, and they make a crucial mistake here. They decide to go ahead and use a shield here. Of course, they couldn't know what they have in the back and they have to preserve their health, though I wouldn't say like, oh, that's a huge mistake from the opponent in general speaking, but in perspective on how to play the battle, that was kinda already giving us the edge in terms of trying to win the battle, because now I could let the move go through here, by the way. That was kind of a bit of a mistake by me as well. That makes it a bit more risky. But as soon as I'm gonna get the final shield from the opponent, I win. Why? Because I have the Leavanny, and Leavanny gets so fast to the charge moves. Leaf Blade easily going to be enough from this range, knocking them out, and this is going to be game as the opponent decides to forfeit. Final battle for today's video. We're gonna start off with a horrible lead. We're gonna have the Typhlosion coming in and Diggersby trying to swap out against our Licky. While we have Solar Beam here and we are going to be able to surprise the opponent again, like the amount of Solar Beams that landed here today was hilarious, we're still gonna be in a spot where I'm not too happy about it, because the opponent resists our fast move and they have actually Hyper Beam on their own Diggersby. What is going on here? Fun on both sides. We're gonna have the Body Slam coming through and we can go for the full farm down, allowing us to flip switch. If they would go into the Fire type, I can still even go for the Body Slam, but they're gonna decide to go into their Superior, making it a bit awkward. Why is it awkward? Aerial Ace. Double super effective. I expect him to swap out of here, but I still need to get a free fast move in there. And now we're gonna swap out into the dance boss, trying to see how this matchup is gonna go out. And because I was actually doing stuff already for the video on the back, I was not really paying attention on which charge move the opponent threw, how many fast moves the opponent has in, and so I don't really know the energy count from them. But what I know is that I have to use a shield here, just in case it's going to be a blast burn. We have to kind of be prepared, but this game is nearly over. If the opponent plays it perfectly, this game is over already, because Superior is in a prime position with that extra shield to sweep the battle. As they already have so much health still left, we're gonna be forced to go for the rock side, but basically, they are not going to be forced to use a shield here. As you can see, they could even take another one, but they decide to go straight for the charge move, which is a ginormous mistake because they have a ton of energy left here, and I decide to go for the Leaf Blade here, which doesn't make sense. I have double extra. Please use a shield here. They decide to use a shield, and that is going to be game. We're always going to be able to win those CMP ties. As you're gonna see here as well, we're going to be able to claim that 5-0 set at the end, and this is going to be it for this video. I honestly love this team. Please feel free to play this team as well for yourself. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.